my pick.
Oh, man. We got to get a rule book out.
Oh, he missed it bad.
He missed it badly.
It is no good. Wide to the left.
Touchdown on the final play. Are you kidding me?
These are the top 10 most devastating divisional losses of all time. We'll start with the Packers, who are in a league of their own in 2011. Coming off a Super Bowl title, Aaron Rodgers and company decimated opponents. They won 15 games and boasted the NFL's top-scoring offense. When the 9-7 Giants came to town, most expected a Green Bay beatdown. Instead, we got a Lambeau letdown.
Steps up, looking, throwing. When he turned around, Greg Jennings, who was wide open at the 5-yard line of the Giants. That might have been 6.
The Pack were a shell of their regular season selves, and the Giants took full advantage.
Be a 55-yard try from here, and now instead, they're going for it all. The pass is caught for the touchdown. Oh my goodness.
Giants 20, Packers 10. Rodgers back to throw. He pumps, he's under pressure. He has the ball stripped away. It's loose on the ground. The Giants say they have it.
It's not the Packer team we have seen all season.
Nope.
30-13 with 6:48 to go. Hand off Jacobs. Cuts back to the right.
Getting to the edge. Jacobs is in for the touchdown.
And that 14-yard run has sent the Giants to San Francisco and the NFC Championship game. And Aaron Rodgers got outplayed by Eli Manning.
What a run for this Packers franchise coming to an end here tonight.
This inexplicable loss began a string of playoff disappointments. The Pack have yet to make another Super Bowl since that divisional round upset. The 1986 season was a wild ride for the Jets, a blistering 10-1 start, including a shootout win against Dan Marino's Dolphins, was marred by a 5-game losing streak to round out the year. But after a dominant wildcard showing, the Mean Green regained their swagger, at least momentarily. Both teams traded blows through the first 3 quarters before a methodical Jets drive seemed to put the game away.
1st and 10 at the Brown 25. O'Brien handing to McNeil. McNeil finds some room. McNeil still on his feet to the 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown! Braven McNeil, 25 yards. The Jets are going to win this football game. The Jets are going to the AFC Championship.
But with 10 minutes to play, Joe Walton's squad popped the champagne just a little too early, and Bernie Kosar went to work.
And the Browns need 2 scores just to tie the game. Kevin Mack is in standing up. Jets have not turned over the ball of this game. Long ball, Brian Brennan. Tipped away, penalty marker at the 42-yard line.
And a key interference penalty against Carl Howard. The game is on the line. The snap, the place, the kick is up, and it's tied. Mark Mosley with a 23-yard field goal. The game and season is on the line. For Gossett, the holder, the snap, the place, the kick is up, and the season is over as the Cleveland Browns win in the second sudden death overtime period.
This deflating fourth quarter collapse all but ended a promising resurgence in New York. Considering they manhandled the eventual AFC champion Broncos earlier that season, this loss is up there amongst the biggest what-ifs. Instead, the Jets would go 12 seasons before their next playoff win. At number 8, it's the Cowboys. 2 crushing divisional defeats in 3 years continued a trend of early playoff exits for a storied franchise. In 2014, Jason Garrett's squad won 12 games behind a dominant offense, but they'd faced their toughest test yet in Green Bay.
Williams breaks a tackle, looking for a block, and he's got another postseason touchdown.
Handoff Murray at left guard. He walks the dog right in the door. Dallas 21 and Green Bay 13.
They only rush 4. Rodgers with a pass to Adams. What a throw. Adams inside the 10. Touchdown. Then Rodgers escapes left, throws the left side of the end zone. He's got his man. It is a touchdown. Packer lead is 5. 26-21.
The Packers landed some punches, but Dallas was poised to hang on until the refs ruled otherwise.
It's 4th and a very long 2.
Here's one down the sideline. Pass caught by Dez Bryant.
I do not know how Dez Bryant accomplished that physical feat. He never lost control of the ball.
Yeah, I mean, I got to see one that tells me something differently, you know?
That's the catch. After review, it has been determined that the receiver did not maintain possession of the football. I thought he reached over the goal line. Right, that's not a catch.
I got to tell you, I just don't see it that way. And so this season is over in the divisional playoff. The Green Bay Packers 26 and the Dallas Cowboys 21.
2 years later, the rookie duo of Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott pushed Dallas to even greater heights as the Cowboys won 13 games before facing a familiar postseason foe. Again, this game was an absolute slugfest. Both Dallas and Green Bay produced big plays as a huge Dez Bryant touchdown brought the Cowboys back just before halftime.
The Green Bay Packers start the second half with authority and have taken a 28-13 lead over the Dallas Cowboys.
Snap is back, flips it over the middle of the whip, touchdown in the middle of the end zone.
Packers on a blitz, and back to throw, throwing the left side is Prescott, and he's got Dez Bryant for the touchdown.
And the Cowboys, of course, are going for two.
Like this would tie the game. Runs it up the middle, bangs to the goal line, he's in, it's tied. They came all the way back.
After a furious Dallas comeback, the game was knotted at 31 in the waning seconds. The Cowboys were poised for OT, but Rodgers was eyeing a miracle.
Facing third down, how much magic does Aaron Rodgers have left in this streak? Rodgers spins to his left. Comes underneath, and the pass is incomplete, out of bounds. Now they say complete. The official came in and overruled the other Jared Cook, and with 3 seconds left, the Packers are going to have a chance to win it.
Crosby for the game, 51 and away. Line drive kick, it's good, and the Packers win the game. And the Cowboys season has come to an end.
The Packers would again gut punch the Cowboys, this time on their home turf. Another division title, another divisional round defeat. Dallas still hasn't made it to the NFC Championship game since 1995. Before we carry on, let's touch on some honorable mentions, teams that were eliminated on all-time plays.
Throwback, standing back at his 45, waiting the shotgun snap. He gets it. He drops. He looks long. He pumps and throws a home run ball. Drew Pearson's going for it. He catches the ball! Touchdown, Dallas! Incredible! Drew Pearson catches the ball at the 3 and steps in for a touchdown. And the Dallas Cowboys have won a spectacular victory.
Dead center. Lutz steps into it, and it's good. From 43 yards out and 25 seconds left, the Saints retake the lead on the right instep of Will Lutz. 3rd and 10 from the Viking 39. Precious seconds left on the clock. Here's Keenum, dropping, looking, throwing near sideline, and it's caught by Stephon Diggs. He's going to take it inside the 15, 10, 5, touchdown on the final play of this game. Are you kidding me?
Sure, the Minneapolis Miracle may have been the most improbable way to lose a game, but how devastating was it? Would New Orleans have had a chance against the red-hot Eagles in the NFC Championship game? The Saints had 3 more shots at a Super Bowl run in the next 3 seasons, all came up short.
It's down to one big play, 4th down and 10 yards to go. The Oakland Raiders have taken a 7-6 lead in a tough football game that has featured nothing but staunch defense all afternoon. Hang on to your hats. Here come the Steelers out of the huddle. And Bradshaw back and looking again. Bradshaw running out of the pocket, looking for somebody to throw to, fires it downfield. And there's a collision. It's caught out of the air. The ball is pulled in by Franco Harris. Harris is going for a touchdown for Pittsburgh. Franco Harris pulled in the football. I don't even know where it came from.
The Raiders endured history's most immaculate game winner in 1972, but even if they won that game, would Oakland have taken down the undefeated Dolphins? Hard to believe. Back at number 7, we're landing in Kansas City. Marty Schottenheimer's team reached their 6th consecutive postseason in 1995, tallying 13 wins behind the league's best scoring defense. But on a frigid day in Kansas City, neither the Chiefs nor the visiting Colts looked like a title-winning team.
This will be 47 yards. It is no good. Here's Elliott to try the field goal. It is no good. He misses to the right.
Well, the Colts missed a field goal, and here are the Chiefs. They're answering with a miss.
Missed earlier today. This one is good. And the Colts have taken the lead for the first time. The Colts 10 and the Chiefs 7.
Kansas City inserted backup quarterback Rich Gannon for one last gasp, but victory remained just out of reach.
Trailing by 3.
I think you got to be aggressive and try to pick up the first down if you're Kansas City right here.
He's going to go for it all, but it's stopped incomplete.
He just throws it over the top of his head, and Lake Dawson gets both hands on it, not able to pull it down.
To tie it and send it into possible overtime. It is no good. Wide to the left, and look at the Colts sideline.
I mean, he is down about the 15-yard line, and you talk about dejected. Tim Grunard is just, beside himself.
2 years later, it was more of the same. Another 13-win season, another top-ranked defense, and another bitter pill to swallow. The first half of this Chiefs-Broncos game was an absolute slog, with both quarterbacks feeling pressure early and often.
Gerback in trouble. Neil Smith sacks him. The second time Gerback has been sacked today.
The Chiefs squandered some scoring opportunities early as the Broncos struck first, breaking through KC's elite rush defense.
John Elway, long count, handoff, Terrell Davis left side, touchdown Denver. It's been 42 quarters at home since Kansas City's given up a rushing touchdown.
But in the second half, things got interesting, and the divisional clash would head down to the wire.
Gerback wanting to throw the football. Now fires it late in the zone, touchdown, Kansas City!
Both teams stalled in the final frame, exchanging punts before Elvis Gerback was given one last chance to prove himself.
4th and 2, clock moving at 22 seconds remaining in the game. Gerback on 4th down, back to throw, sets his feet, throwing long for the end zone. The pass is tipped and incomplete with 12 seconds left to go in the game.
Kansas City fell into disarray after this loss. The Chiefs wouldn't see the postseason again until 2003. The 2011 Saints are one of the most underrated teams in history. This New Orleans group was even better than their 2009 Super Bowl squad. Led by Drew Brees and his treasure chest of pass catchers, the Saints finished 13-3 in 2011, posting a league-best 208-point differential. New Orleans scored 45 points in 3 straight contests, including a wild-card drubbing of the Lions, before heading to Candlestick to take on the Niners.
In the shotgun, Brees steps up, throws a deep and a ball intercepted. Goldson cuts back, and he's down at the 3. Vernon Davis, tight end left. Alex takes the ball, throws the quick slant. Caught! Crabtree! Touchdown, 49ers! And Smith looking like Drew Brees here in the early going.
New Orleans was in an early 17-0 hole, but Brees responded with 2 quick scores of his own before tossing the go-ahead touchdown with just 4 minutes left.
Play clock at 2, 2nd and 10 from the 44. Sproles makes the catch. First down and more. Inside the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Darren Sproles.
But it was far from over. The Saints and 49ers put on a late-game display for the ages.
Smith is in the shotgun. He's going to run it to the sideline. He's got blocking in front. Smith is going to run down the sideline, and he is going to score.
From their own 34-yard line, empty backfield. Brees throws. Jimmy Graham makes the catch inside the 30, and Graham is inside the 10, and he takes it all the way for a Saints go-ahead touchdown.
And the Saints have overcome 5 turnovers and have taken the lead 32-29. Smith in a shotgun, takes the snap. Smith standing in, throws a middle ball. Vernon Davis has it. He's running down the far side. And Vernon is inside the 20. They position themselves perfectly, at the very least, to give Akers a shot at putting this to overtime. 14-yard line of New Orleans.
Smith will stand in the shotgun. Throws the ball over the middle. The catch is made at the goal line. Touchdown. And it's Vernon Davis again, who has absolutely killed the Saints.
This brutal loss prompted a string of what-ifs. New Orleans pummeled the eventual champion Giants 49-24 earlier in the year. But instead of playing for a Super Bowl, they'd make just one postseason appearance in the next 5 seasons. The 2021 Bills were a force led by a high-powered offense and the top-scoring defense in the NFL. Buffalo clinched back-to-back division titles for the first time in 2 decades. They returned to Arrowhead, where they dominated the Chiefs in the regular season. This game can be summed up in 2 words: instant classic.
1 year apart, Eric, Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. In a league that's full of good young quarterbacks, these two might be the best.
Here's Hardman. Takes the handoff.
Somehow they missed him. He dives and he scores.
No first downs, just that one drive that was a quick one, and they go deep. They've got a man.
It is Davis for his second touchdown of the night.
Bills were up 3 in the final minutes, and what happened next must be seen to be believed.
Go, go! Down the middle. It's Hill in the open. Cuts it upfield. He might be gone. He is. Kansas City takes the lead with a minute to go.
One play at a time. We got 3 timeouts. Do your one look. We built for it.
Josh has to step away from pressure, runs up, fires down the middle. It is caught at the 45-yard line, caught by Gabriel Davis in Kansas City territory.
From the 19 in 17 seconds. Down the middle to the end zone. And there it is.
Let's go. Are you kidding me? Gabriel Davis again. Unbelievable. The Bills get the lead back again. 36-33 with 13 seconds remaining. It'll take a miracle now for Kansas City, but it's not over yet.
To this point, here's Hill. They're going to have a chance. And they call timeout quickly. They actually have a chance to get Bucker in field goal range here.
They play it like that seam is open.
They need about 15 yards. They'll throw it right away, right now to someone in the middle. Down the middle.
Oh my goodness! It's going to be a 48-yard attempt. Only 48 yards.
Wow! Only Mahomes gets you in an easy field goal range. Hundreds of thousands around the planet. The kick is good. It's going to overtime.
Tails is a call. It is half. Kansas City has won the toss and will receive.
It is a 36-36 tie, and this game has lived up to the billing.
Mahomes in the gun, takes a snap, looks to throw, pumps once, fires towards the end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City, and the game is over. Oh my goodness, talk about heartbreak.
These 2 teams would have traded scores until the end of the game, and the NFL agreed, amending the postseason overtime rules as a result. Still, a loss is a loss, and the Bills are still searching for that elusive Lombardi. On with some teams that didn't quite make the cut, but this group of divisional losers would rebound to find Super Bowl glory. John Elway and the top-seeded Broncos looked ready to hoist the Lombardi in 1996. Instead, they were bounced by a Jaguars squad in just its 2nd year of existence.
Rodell on the fade. Touchdown to Jimmy Smith.
Basically a one-receiver route. They know Denver's got to take a chance. The perfect call.
Of course, old number 7 would finally get his ring in iconic fashion the very next year. Denver boasted another Hall of Fame quarterback in 2012. Peyton Manning put on an all-time comeback display that year, but the Broncos went down in a mile-high miracle.
Flacco stepping up and throwing deep down the far sideline. Caught into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacoby Jones. Kick is on its way, and it looks good.
Denver rebounded the next season, winning the AFC before finally hitting Super Bowl pay dirt in 2015. Rewinding the clock, Manning had his group galloping again in 2005, but his 14-2 Colts fell to the Steelers in a divisional round stunner.
Pittsburgh has the ball now, 1:20 to go. If they want to score, they can end the game. And the handoff is to Jerome Bettis, and Bettis pops the ball up. It's fumbled, picked up by Harper. Harper's at the 10, Harper's at the 15, he's at the 20, he's at the 30. He gets it out to the 43-yard line. The Colts have a chance with 1:09 to go. Everything's got to be perfect on this. Steelers on the bench, ready to celebrate if he misses. The Colts ready to celebrate if he makes it.
You know, he missed it bad.
They missed it badly. Snap, and he just kicked it way wide to the right. Pittsburgh's going to the AFC Championship, and the Colts are going home.
Indy would regroup the following year, securing the city's first Super Bowl title. Back at number 4, we've got one of football's most controversial finishes. The 2001 Raiders were thriving with new addition Jerry Rice. Oakland finished 10-6 and produced a convincing win in the wild card round. That set up a wintry classic against the upstart Patriots. The two teams tiptoed around the Foxborough snow until the Raiders struck first.
2nd and 9. Gannon looking for the end zone, has a man, touchdown!
After back-and-forth field goals, Oakland slogged their way to a 10-point lead entering the fourth quarter. But the Pats would respond on a Brady rushing score of all things.
Steps up, gonna run it, inside the 5, touchdown!
New England got the ball back with just 2 minutes to go. Raiders fans, we apologize in advance.
Here he is bearing down on Brady, calls the fumble! Beacon dives on the ball! The Raiders have the ball! Was his arm coming forward? No, that's a fumble. Now the crowd's reacted because he pumped. This will be a fumble. The Raiders will take the ball, in my opinion. This will decide the football game. Will Coleman.
The quarterback's arm was going forward. And it's an
Oh, man. He's going to overturn this. Will Coleman is going to overturn this.
I don't believe that.
Lonnie Paxton will snap. Ken Walter will hold Vinatieri to tie the game. Snap is good. Walter has it down, and it's no good. He didn't get it very good, and he made it. Here we go. It'll be, 23 yards away for Adam Vinatieri. And Vinatieri has won the game for New England. It is a sudden death for the Raiders season as they are beaten here on this dark, freezing night in Foxborough.
This game changed everything. Not only did it launch football's greatest dynasty, it preempted a brutal period of Raider history. While the Silver and Black did reach the Super Bowl the following season, their lopsided loss kicked off a 13-year playoff drought, a dry spell that would outlast the Tuck rule itself, which was abolished in 2013. 1980 was a year of firsts for the Falcons, their first double-digit win season and division title. Atlanta finished 12-4 with a top 5 scoring offense and defense, but they were matched up with a well-oiled Cowboys squad in the divisional round.
2 to the left, 1 to the right. Bartkowski back to throw. Blitz is coming again. Bartkowski is going deep, has Jenkins wide open at the 20, at the 10, at the 5, touchdown. Alfred Jenkins beat Aaron Mitchell like an old drum.
Bartkowski retreats, sets up, throws, and it is complete. And it is taken in there for a touchdown. Atlanta 27, Dallas 17.
Through 3 quarters, the Falcons' Cinderella season continued in full swing as Dallas's top-ranked offense was stymied. The playoffs, however, are a different ballgame, one that the veteran Cowboys knew quite well. For Drew Pearson, this was just another day at the office, so he went to work.
Now Danny White rolls to the left side, sets up, looks back right. Scampers out to the right side, stops, looks, and gives an indication, throws into the end zone. A touchdown for the Dallas Cowboys. And how in the world he ever caught that one, you'll never know.
Down 3, just 23 yards away from pay dirt, he and Danny White put the finishing touches on an all-time comeback.
Here come the Cowboys, still with 49 seconds to go. Danny White with one running back. Here comes the blitz again. Danny back to throw into the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! Drew Pearson!
This collapse was catastrophic for Atlanta. The Falcons had already notched a win against the Eagles earlier that year. Philly went on to smother Dallas in the championship game, and Atlanta would wait 11 years until their next playoff win. Number 2 takes us to San Diego, where LaDainian Tomlinson produced a record-setting season in 2006. The Chargers and their top-scoring offense finished a league-best 14-2, but drew a battle-tested Patriots squad in the divisional round. Early on, the Bolts' electric run game set the tone.
King Tomlinson on 2nd and 1. Here he is, left side, Tomlinson. Second effort is in. Turner in the backfield. 1st and goal. Turner gets the carry. Turner gets past the first wave. Hit is in for a touchdown.
But Brady kept the Pats in it. New England got within 1 before LT found the end zone yet again. With 7 minutes to play, it was the Chargers' game to lose. Yes, they did exactly that.
As loud as it has ever been at Qualcomm Stadium.
Here comes the rush. Brady gets it away. It is bobbled and picked off.
McCree fumbled it.
Oh,
and the
New England!
fall on it.
New England's got it back at the 32. McCree dropped it as he was hit. And New England's got it 1st and 10 with 6:16 to go. Brady will be pressured. He will fire to a wide open man in the back of the end zone. It is caught by, of all people, Riche Caldwell. With 1:14 to go, 31-yard attempt on its way, and it is going to be good. And if there's any room left on the magic carpet, they got to find it right now. There's a snap back. Here's the protection. Rivers fires. It is over the middle and caught. But can they race to the line? It's at the 37-yard line.
A place that Nate Kading has not missed a field goal in over 2 years.
From the right hash, 54-yarder. On its way. It is not going to get there. It is well short. And the New England Patriots are going to end San Diego's wonderful 2006 season. It is all detonated 2 weeks into 07.
Sure, the Chargers made 3 straight playoff appearances after this loss, but they still haven't fully recovered. This has to be considered one of the best teams to never win a Super Bowl or even reach a championship game at that. Before we finish off our list, we can't forget about these crushing losses from the 1970s. The AFC was stacked in this era, and this group couldn't quite get over the hump. The Chargers broke out in 1979 as Dan Fouts set a record for passing yards in a season. But come playoff time, the team laid an egg against a depleted Oilers squad.
Fouts looking at 3rd and 9. Down the middle for Joyner. Intercepted. Vernon Perry. Houston leads 17-14. Intercepted by the omnipresent Vernon Perry. Now that's Barber in motion. Nielsen over the middle to Renfro. Breaks a tackle. 35, 30. Now has some blockers. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Mike Renfro. Oh my. The Oilers come back again. And the Oilers are in the lead 17-14.
The 1976 Patriots were a true Cinderella story. They clinched their first winning season in a decade, going 11-3 after finishing just 3-11 the year prior. Despite pounding the Raiders in the regular season, the slipper wouldn't fit in the playoffs. New England blew an 11-point lead down the stretch and lost after a controversial penalty.
3rd down and 18, 19 for Oakland at the Patriots 28. Stabler is back to pass. Here comes the rush again. He gets it away, and the ball is incomplete at the 5-yard line. A penalty marker is down, and Ray Hamilton is throwing his arms in the air, roughing the passer. 1st down Oakland with 52 seconds left.
Stabler rolling to the left. He's going to go. Woo! Runs it in. Kenny Stabler, touchdown Oakland.
Len Dawson and the Chiefs were back at it in 1971 after a Super Bowl title 2 years earlier, but they couldn't outlast Miami in what is still the longest game ever played.
24-24. The kick is in the air. And it is no good.
Kansas City and Miami were now participants in only the 4th sudden death overtime in pro football history. In the 6th period, with both teams exhausted, a counter play sprung Larry Zonka for his only good gain of the day.
And Gary Yepremian has a lot riding on this one. The snap, kick is in the air, and it is good!
KC's agonizing double OT loss kickstarted a 14-year playoff drought. The 1977 Colts also fell in double overtime fashion. They matched the defending champion Raiders blow for blow in the divisional round, but were toppled by a ghost.
Stabler now sends Branch left, Biletnikoff to the right. Back again, straight drop back, pumps once, He goes medium deep to Casper. Casper makes an over-the-shoulder catch. He's caught from behind at the 15-yard line.
The triple tight end offense now for the Raiders. The takeaway Stabler play action fake wants to throw into the end zone. Casper's there. Touchdown Oakland. Casper made the catch for the touchdown that wins the ball game.
The Colts made just one postseason appearance over their next 17 seasons. Now, for the most devastating divisional round loss of them all, after back-to-back Super Bowl titles, the 1974 Dolphins were eyeing the first three-peat in league history. Behind another solid season from a cast of familiar faces, Miami was top 6 in both scoring offense and defense. They'd face a rising powerhouse in Oakland, and the game was nothing short of epic.
Moore takes it on the 11. The rookie up to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, 30. Wears out to the left, the 35, 40. Gets a great block, the 50. Up the left side, being chased by Yakovenko, the 30, the 20, the 15, the 10. Touchdown, Miami! Holy Toledo, what an opener!
Miami started out with a bang, and the Raiders came right back.
The ball on the 13, second and 10. Stabler back, looks left, throws right. Bolitnikov, a leaping catch! Touchdown, Oakland! Holy Toledo! Frank Bolitnikov just made a miracle catch with Tim Foley all over him.
With their dynasty on the line, the Dolphins regained the lead later in the quarter. That's when an entertaining playoff game turned into an all-time classic.
They're going to the air now. Here's the deep one to Brand. Deep, deep. He's got it! An amazing catch by Brand. And it's gone! So this one's he's going to go right down to the wire. Here's Malone trying to sweep right. As Larry Little throws a block for him, he shoulders his way inside the 10. And stays alive into the touchdown.
As the dust settled, Miami was up 5 late in the fourth. With just 2 minutes left, Stabler drove his team down the field, and the Dolphins' three-peat bid was lost in a sea of hands.
First and goal at the 8. Miami is leading 26-21. Here he is, fading, looking. He's under the gun. He's fired, he throws. It is. Oh, he caught it.
What makes this loss so devastating? First off, the Raiders went on to play the eventual champion Steelers, a team that Miami had defeated in their previous 3 meetings. To make matters worse, the Dolphins wouldn't win another playoff game with this legendary roster and are still in search of their 3rd Lombardi trophy.